Madhurima, the question which you asked me was like total number of meiotic divisions which is required for forming 100 zygotes of wheat. So here you have to find the number of zygotes which are formed. How are zygotes formed? So basically zygotes, this is just for your understanding, okay? So zygotes are formed by fusion of, in case of wheat, so it is a plant cell, it will be fusion of male microspore. From here it will be the male gamete which will be fusing with the female megaspore, or here the female gamete, in order to form the zygote. Okay, so this forms the zygote. Now here let's think about the male microspore. What is about a male microspore? Here we need equal amount of male microspore as well as the female microspore, male microspore as well as the female microspore, in order to form the zygote. So here the male microspore is formed from where? We have to go till that part. So male microspore is formed from microspore mother cell. If you remember the divisions by which it used to be formed, it was a reductional division by which haploid microspore cells were formed from the microspore mother cell. So this microspore mother cell is diploid, but it forms cells which are haploid and they are known as microspores. If you remember the entire process of formation, you will remember that from one microspore mother cell it used to form 4 number of microspores. From one microspore mother cell, 4 microspores used to be formed, and each microspore will give rise to pollen grains. So 4 pollen grains. Now each of the pollen grains, suppose one pollen grain we are taking, this pollen grain forms how many gametes? One pollen grain, when it is deposited on the stigma and it starts maturing, after getting the sucrose and fructose, some borax and calcium from the stigma, it starts forming 2 cells. One is the vegetative nucleus and another one is the generative nucleus. So this vegetative and generative nucleus are formed, and later on this vegetative forms the tube nucleus, then generative it becomes divided to form how many gametes? Generative nucleus, it forms 2 male gametes. One of the male gamete goes and fuses with the egg to form the zygote, whereas another male gamete, it goes and fuses with the polar nuclei to form the endosperm. So here how many pollen grains are we getting which will be contributing to the formation of zygote? It is these ones. So from one pollen grain we are using one of the male gamete to produce the zygote. So in order to form so how many pollen grains will be required for formation of 100 zygotes? One pollen grain is equivalent to one gamete, one male gamete. Okay, every one microspore mother cell is forming 4. Let's come up to this place. Again I have written the same question. I thought I'll be able to solve it over here, but let's continue from that part. So one megaspore mother cell gives rise to 4 microspore and 4 pollen grain. Out of these four pollen grains, there will be formation of 8 number of male gametes, but all of them, they are not forming the zygote. Only 4 of them are forming the zygote. So 4 gametes we are getting from one microspore mother cell, which will be forming the zygote. So from one spore mother cell, if we get 4 gametes, which are male gametes, then from X number of microspore mother cell, we will get 100 gametes. So it is equivalent to 100 divided by 4 is equal to 25. So we require 25 microspore mother cells in order to produce 100 gametes. So male gametes, how many are required? It is 25 number of gametes will be required. What about the females? Total number of meiotic divisions which are required. So here 25 number of meiotic divisions, 25 number of meiotic divisions will be required to produce 25 number of male gametes. Sorry, 100 number of male gametes. 25 number of meiotic divisions will be required to form 100 male gametes. So here we are getting 25. What about the females? If you remember, females, megaspore mother cell, one megaspore mother cell, it produces 4 number of cells, out of which only 1 is left, rest 3 gets degenerated. So one megaspore mother cell is forming only one female gamete. So total number of gametes which is required to produce 100 zygotes will be 100 meiotic divisions. 100 meiotic divisions will produce 100 female gametes. So here 100 meiotic divisions, but here 25 number of meiotic divisions. So total we need 100 plus 25 number of meiotic divisions to produce 100 zygotes, because from 25 number of meiotic divisions we'll get 100 number of male gametes. From 100 number of meiotic divisions we will get 100 number of ovum. So ovum as well as the sperm cell or pronucleus in case of plant will fuse in order to produce zygotes. So for case of 100 zygotes we need 125 meiotic divisions.